But I do, to bring us back to the shoulder blade, can you answer my original question of
No.
what is most of it? What is most common?
Yeah, shoulder impingement by far and away. Of course,
Okay.
shoulder impingement.
Right.
Okay.
And why is there shoulder impingement? Typically, in which way does the shoulder impinge?
Superiorly. There are
Right.
shoulder flexion problems.
No, there you go. So
Okay.
superior shoulder impingement.
Yes.
What percentage of glenohumeral pain that walks into your office do you think is superior impingement?
80. I think if
there we go. That was my question.
I think if you could fix superior impingement problems of the shoulder, you could fix, even if the pain didn't look the exact same, if you could fix that pathomechanical arthrokinematic problem of impinging in shoulder flexion, you could fix 80% of the shoulders, or you could fix, even if that wasn't the primary problem, it is a problem related to some other part of the shoulder, and you could knock out 50% of their pain if you could fix superior shoulder impingement.
Right. I see what you're saying. Like, even the position that creates superior shoulder impingement doesn't necessarily mean that it's like a supraspinatus impingement that's hurting. It could be something in the backside, but it's the same position, same pathway.
Correct.
That's creating whatever problem you see.
I agree with that.
Right.
I'm on board.
So, okay. So let's keep going. So what creates the what do we even, how do you dive into that aspect of what creates superior impingement?
So an elevated.
What's the 80% of those? Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
What's
so like an elevated shoulder blade, an upwardly and overly anteriorly tilted shoulder blade. And so, the lack of, okay, so then we could say the deconditioning of your arms just never going up there.
Because I'm also thinking, upward or anterior migration of the humeral head.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? Is that maybe a byproduct of so little overhead movement, which would stretch the posterior capsule, right?
Correct. So little overhead movement, so little time there. So the tissues are more conditioned for that downward position of it. And because we never get our arms almost never, we don't get our arms overhead. The tissue adaptability of when your arms do go overhead is very poor. You don't have good contractile variability with your arms up over your head. And so when you go up there, you're just more at risk because you're just not there often. Your hands are down, you're looking at your phone, your hands are in your pockets, and that's fine. But hang from stuff every once in a while. What's your answer? Yeah, okay, well, it's a slow roll, but you have to start somewhere.
It was cheeky.
That was low, Bobby, honestly. Okay, so what's your answer? Why are you going to go back to evolutionary? This is the perpetual Bobby answer. Evolutionary bias.
Not everything. Not everything.
Okay. Well, why?
I mean, that's definitely part of it. Yeah.
Obviously. Is it because of our lack of molar development or incisor use? But okay, so let's just keep it simple. The superior impingement of the shoulder is a big problem. Why do you think that is such a big problem? What perpetuates this problem?
Yeah, I mean, I talked earlier how I really like the coracoid process because that's one of the, that's a big contributor. This bicep and pectoral tightness that, there's these patterns that are related to lifestyle and modernity that yield tons and tons of these cases, which are, in the past, I don't think I don't know. I think this idea that we were all running from saber-toothed tigers is a bit crazy. Like, I don't think that was happening all day long, but it was constant motion. We were just always moving. You know what I mean? Always doing something, always picking something, bending for something, you know what I mean? Reaching for something, always working. And that constant movement is really what I think we're made for. This kind of low grade, what do you say, level 1 or grade, zone 1 type of heart rate movement stuff just all the time. And then we go from that to a lot more static postures for really long times, thrown in with a 1-hour CrossFit WOD, so we have these bouts of just extreme, maybe sedentary positions followed by intense activity, because that's more of the modern ways, like boot camp classes and gladiator classes or whatever's out there. And that's going to fix the fact that you are a graphic designer for 10 hours a day at your computer, and most likely, if you just were a graphic designer, you might die a few years earlier from cardiovascular disease, but you probably would never have to go to a physio for your shoulder pain because you didn't do graphic design combined with occasional 1 hour wads of tons of thrusters.
Right.
You see what I mean? So you die with an intact shoulder, but you die from something else because you weren't moving enough,
Right.